Hey guys, Ben from Terrace Talk here, and welcome to what I hope will become a series on this channel, a weekly series after every Chesterfield game. But before I explain what this is going to be, I just want to quickly summarise where I've been, because obviously I had a couple of videos on this channel to anybody that's been subscribed for a while that I deleted, mainly because I wanted to launch the channel, but it never really worked. I never really got time. It's a busy year for me personally. For anybody that doesn't know me, I am in the last year of my GCSEs, so obviously a lot of work going into that. So haven't really had time to launch it as I would have hoped. So I decided to delete those and start afresh. I've been meaning to film one of these for the last 2 or 3 Chesterfield games, really. It's going to be like, if anybody's ever seen Gunner Blog, a great channel, I'll try and link it in the description. He's obviously an Arsenal fan who does similar videos, and I found this to be quite informative. It's like Arsenal fan TV if everybody was a little bit measured, if you like. No disrespect to the AFTV guys, I don't want DT to come and try and kill me. But yeah, enough about that. This series is basically going to be a review of every game. I'll try and do a bit of a preview as well. I was going to do one this morning, but then ran out of time because I'm very disorganised. But yeah, Chesterfield 1, Halifax 0 today. A decent performance. I'm not going to go overboard and say it's fantastic, but I feel it was solid from the spy rights. First half, very few chances for either side. 0-0 at half-time, a fair result in my opinion. A fair scoreline, in my opinion. But the Spurs just about edged the second half, I think. We looked a little bit more, had the ball a bit more. Halifax, you could argue, had the ball a bit more in the first half. Their number 7, Costello, I think his name is, looked their most threatening player, and that was very much the case when we played them in the reverse fixture there as well. I think he scored the goal for Halifax in that game and was the most threatening player as well. And if anybody was going to create something and make it happen for Halifax, it was probably going to be him. Luckily, we shored up the defensive mistakes a bit not mistakes, but a few lapses in concentration, clearing the ball when we could have took a touch and played it out. Just small things that I feel like he's getting out of bad habits that we may have had in the past. And it's going to take time. Rome wasn't built in a day, as the cliche goes. But it's certainly getting better. And I think the second half was testament to that, because I think Sheridan must have had a word at half time. Those things start to be cut out a little bit, and we start to get composed. And Scott Bowden, former Halifax player, took the ball down the box, had a shove in the back, was a penalty, went down a bit theatrically, some may argue, but that doesn't change the fact it was a penalty, and he then got up and took the penalty away and scored on his return to the spotlights, which is nice. Obviously, Scott Bowden played at Chesterfield, came through the ranks at Chesterfield. Didn't quite work out for him first time. That was more to do with it was a successful period for Chesterfield. Never really a bad player, and certainly a good one at this level. And I was happy when we re-signed him. And he's certainly was very good today. Another player I'm going to give credit to was Ellis Chapman. I thought he played really well for about 70 minutes or so, then tired a bit. But that's probably going to happen for a player that's played a bit of a, I can't think of the word right now, like a substitute role. That's not very technical, but played in patches at Lincoln. So it's probably going to happen, and it's fair enough, but I thought he played well. Up until that point, Curtis Weston, I thought was probably one of his better performances today. He has come under some criticism from some Chesterfield fans, and arguably rightly so. But I think he was very solid today. Robbie Weir, although he gave the ball away a few times, was overall solid. I felt that was reflected in the fact that we kept a clean sheet. Although it has to be said that Halifax didn't really pressure us that much, and I feel like they could have been better today. But I feel like what it is for Chesterfield is just getting the results at the moment, and we're doing that in the 3 league games that Sheridan's managed against Aldershot, Barrow and Halifax. We've taken 7 points, not conceded a goal. The football hasn't been prettiest at times, but it's certainly better, and it's certainly, more importantly, more effective than it was under Martin Allen, who you would have thought, again, not the most attractive football, but would get the job done. Turned out it didn't under him for whatever reason. It's starting to get better now, and long may that continue. So we go to Fylde on Saturday. Got to keep it up. I would probably take a point, but obviously we've got to look for all three as regularly as we can, being in the position that we're in. But obviously against Fylde, it's not going to be an easy task. But overall today, I think the Spartans were good. Certainly room for improvement in some areas, as I said. Sometimes we weren't quite as intelligent as we could have been on the ball, and obviously against the better teams in the league, you might get punished for that. But I suppose all it is for Sheridan for this season at least is keeping us in the league, and I feel like if we play like that, we should beat most teams around us. So that's the encouraging sign for me. Anybody who went to the game, Chesterfield or Halifax, or if you're a neutral and just decided to pop down to Project Stadium today, let me know what you thought of both teams, who you thought deserved to win, and all of that. Who were your standout players? And I hope you enjoyed this video. There'll be plenty more to come, hopefully, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.